So I apologize for not getting the full video. I actually wanted to do the service on this 22 Maverick. I said 21 in the video. I apologize. It's 22 Maverick, and it's the very first Maverick we sold here at the dealership. And I started to do, tag along with the lube tech to do the oil change so I could show you guys how it went. But I said, more importantly, I want to understand the customer's experience. The customer's now a subscriber on the channel, and I was able to talk to him about his experience with the first 4,000 miles of the Maverick. And I explicitly asked him very key things on the Maverick. Do you enjoy it? He said, I've owned Colorados, I've owned Hyundais, I've owned Silverados, I've owned many, many vehicles that I felt like were noisy, or they took extra, the ability for extra maintenance to be done. And he said one of the things I didn't like about Hyundai all the time is they were pushing maintenance all the time, and I didn't understand how these things have to be maintenance. And I said, well, wait a second, I'm not telling you that's not true with this Maverick. With you having this type of transmission and this type of motor and stuff, and it's a boosted engine, you do need to get in sooner for your oil changes. You do need to get the transmission serviced sooner than most people do, just for the simple fact that there's a lot of heat going on here. There's a lot of stuff going on inside this motor and stuff, and it does like service way, way, way more than the manufacturer puts out. So keep in mind, if you want this vehicle and you like this vehicle, service this vehicle. And he said, I really appreciate that. I thought I was just getting lied to. And I said, no, you're not getting lied to. Service is very, very important. I said, how do you feel overall? How do you feel about the power and stuff? And he said, it fits me. It drives nice. It responds to the road nice. And if you guys look at my initial reaction to the first time I ever drove the Maverick, the first time I ever laid my eyes on it, walked around it, sat in it, feeled things out and stuff like that, I was very honest with you guys about it. And it was the same thing that this customer resonated back to me. He said, I feel like it's the perfect vehicle for me. I'm going to put 20,000 miles on this vehicle a year. I drive quite a bit, not a lot, but quite a bit. And I feel like if I did a yearly service of maybe just drop the fluid in the trans and put it in there, it doesn't cost that much to do it. Make sure the oil is changed, every 4,000 miles. Make sure that I'm always keeping my tires rotated and stuff like that. Making sure that I'm keeping up on the maintenance and stuff. I feel like this could be a good vehicle for me. So how do you feel about the comfort and stuff? And he said, it's just there. It just fits. It feels like, I have really good power. I'm very, very happy with the vehicle. He said, I thought with my other vehicles, I would hear a lot of road noise and stuff, but I don't feel like I hear a lot of road noise through this vehicle, even though it's not securely covered underneath with panels and everything else. And even in my original full video I did for you guys, the 17-minute video on the complete experience from start to finish of receiving this vehicle at the dealer, preparing it for the customer, test driving the vehicle, the amount of power it was making, this guy was saying everything that I said almost verbatim. And he was like, I enjoyed it. I expected more noise, and I didn't get that, which was a relief to me. He said, I am very, very comfortable just getting in it and driving. And within 2.5 months, 2 months, he's already put 4,000 miles on it. And he said, the experience overall was great. He said, there's one thing I would change. I don't like the fact that Ford doesn't offer like a Sirius type radio or anything like that. There's like no options with the radio. You get what's there and nothing else can be ordered. So I would hope in the future that they make some upgrades to that so the customer can get some more of those features if they want. I said, I do understand that. It's one of the things that I noticed when I was there. It's a very basic, but nice radio, but very basic. How's the sound quality and stuff? And he said I was very surprised. Overall, the vehicle is just a great vehicle from front to back. It's easy to drive. It's easy to just get into and feel comfortable with. I don't regret anything. I can't find things to point out on to make myself think that, like, I wish I would have known this. I wish I would have known that, because everything that I knew was from watching videos like yours. I already built this up in my head on what to expect. So he said, I want to appreciate guys like you that do this kind of stuff, because I knew what I was getting into when I got the truck. So he said, I appreciate everything, and anytime I will be needing services, I will be coming back to this dealer and requesting you. Now, anybody can do the services. It's not a hard vehicle to do the services on. We have multiple platforms that are built off the same type of motor trans setup and stuff where anybody can do it. I explicitly told him I would suggest, about 30,000 miles flushing to PTU, if not sooner. I would suggest, every 40, 50,000 miles, maybe sooner if you can really get it in, service the transmission. 50, 60,000 miles, let's do a fluid service and stuff on it with the coolant. making sure your oil's changed by every 3,000 to 4,000 miles, 5,000 max, but really that 4,000 mile I want to be max, because at 4,000 miles, you can start to smell a hint of fuel building up inside that oil. It's a boosted engine. It makes a little bit of power for a small, 4-cylinder boosted engine. It's pretty decent power for that little, truck. It's critical on maintenance. So the overall experience the customer has been experiencing the last 4,000 miles of being with this vehicle has been great. And this is what I wanted to hear. So rather than focusing on the oil change side of it, rather than focusing on being under there and showing you guys all that, I wanted to be able to share with you the time, the precious time that I actually spent sitting down talking to the customer about his vehicle, and the interaction that we had. Me as a technician, putting out this information, and me receiving his input on what he feels in the vehicle. And even in my complete video that I did, I talked about the little chattery sound from the plastic kind of rubbing by the dash, by the glass on both sides of the A-pillar on the lower portion. He said, I did hear that sometimes. I hear it. And I said, I picked that up on my first test drive because I'm very critical of sounds. And he said, I thought that might have been like the hood rubbing or something right there. I said, no, it's the plastic and the way it rubs right where the dash comes and meets the windshield, and the plastic comes down on each A-pillar. It kind of rubs the little chattery right there, but it's an economy car, And he said, yeah, and that's what I chalk it up as. There's no real insulation. It's an economy car. So I wanted to share this, guys, with you. It's my first reaction and my first communication with a customer that actually bought one after putting some miles on it. He really, really enjoyed the vehicle and doesn't regret anything. Be blessed. Thank you for watching. I appreciate everything. Here's just a short clip of me walking up to the vehicle and just doing a quick walk around. It's not really anything to see, but I appreciate your time. Quick video, 21 XLT Maverick, 2-liter EcoBoost, first oil change. How about it? Nice looking ride. Got tonneau cover and everything on it. First oil change. How are these racked? Flat or flat?
Yeah, it's
they got a pinch. They got a.
It's different because we're on a truck rack.
So there is a pinch weld you can lift it up on. A little bit of fuel smell, but not very much. 5W30, 5.5, 5.7 quarts is what it'll take, and 910 filter. So let's get that knocked out real quick and get it up in the air.